welcome to Bingo is Life, the post-bingo podcast from scenic downtown Harrisonburg. We're right here on, I never did figure out what street we're on. It's a famous street.
Broad Street.
It's the street that goes right by the Wine Brothers.
Bruce Street.
Bruce Street.
Yeah.
Back of the Wine Brothers building. Somebody's having a drag race as we speak. Ruby's
Monster truck rally going on in the background. Glad to have it.
Harrisonburg's famous for its monster truck rallies.
We are also sponsored by the Ruby's Arcade and Clementine.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Fantastic business in downtown Harrisonburg, the center point of this part of downtown Harrisonburg.
Absolutely.
How did
Who are we, in fact?
we are we
Oh, yeah.
the collective we something to do with predetermination and the destiny of
Well, you're Jay Zaire, right?
oh yes, yeah. Otherwise known as the Zeppo Zaire, the second best ex-Mennonite stand-up comedian and ventriloquist in the Shenandoah Valley.
Thought that might
Joined
be
by
who
the
you
Howdy
were.
Show brothers,
Hey.
Chris and Mike. And the one and only Dan Easley.
Hey.
That's right.
I was saying there was others because didn't you tell me a story once about meeting another Dan Easley musician online, or is that just
I
made
did.
up?
I could tell it again because I don't think anybody listens to that.
Yeah. What happened? Tell us.
I met another musician. No, I didn't meet him. I discovered another musician on the internet named Dan Easley, and I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, we should do." We should make an album together, like a duets album. It'd be like Dan Easley Squared or something. I thought it'd be a phenomenal idea.
So he was totally on board, and you're getting married next week.
No, he changed his name.
I called Dan. I called Dan's phone, and he goes, Dan. That checks. Trust me.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot your voicemail. Yeah.
My voice, my outgoing message. Yeah.
That's it.
I encourage you to call me if you know my number.
Yeah.
If you don't know my number, don't call me.
and
And listen to my outgoing message. I'm not going to answer, so you don't get to hear it.
does it have pickleball in the outgoing list?
It might.
It just Dan is the gift that just keeps giving.
Oh, doesn't he though?
So
Like
we have
venereal
we have a
disease.
Somebody get that thing out of here.
That's what.
we have a special edition tonight. We're going to do the bingo quiz, our first quiz ever. Our interns Samantha and David have spent 3.5 days working on this.
This is how they're getting that college credit.
Wow.
College credit.
Man.
And so this is a serious quiz.
Yes. Okay. Good.
It's been heavily researched.
Who is Sarah and who?
I just made that up. I can.
Well,
wouldn't it be nice though?
Don't
right?
tell people that you made something up.
We should get some interns.
I think we've got.
If you're interested in being an intern, please
Call Dan Easley.
Dan.
Leave a message.
not that Dan Easley who changed his name. The real
No,
Dan.
the one in
the real.
Texas. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Here we go,
What you got?
kids.
Yeah.
When was a game first resembling modern bingo played? Originally.
Was it in Italy? Can I get a clue?
Okay, here are the three answers. This is going to be a multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Okay.
Nanjing, China in 1775.
Nanjing.
Italy in 1530.
I'm telling you, I think.
Or the resort town of Monkey Mia, Western Australia in 1898.
What was the name of that town again?
This is a real town in Australia. Monkey Mia.
Monkey. Oh, okay. I thought you said monkey meat.
Monkey
Mia.
Western Australia, 1898. 1530, Italy. Nanjing, China, 1775.
Okay, I'd like to go ahead and make a final guess.
Yeah.
Is that the way this show works?
Like, can I use a lifeline?
Yeah, I'd like to make a final guess. I'm going to say the Italy one just because we did a video once and I looked up something and I think it said something about Italy.
1530 it was called La Guiova. Here, the Lotto d'Italia.
Yeah!
Good job. All right, 1 point for Mike.
Thank you.
It went to France in 1770, where it was called Le Lotto.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And actually, the Germans had a version in the 1800s.
Schmetterling!
Because it was the Germans. It was really focused on
That's
teaching
how they
children.
say butterfly. Sorry. Okay. It's not bingo.
The Germans, their version was educational, teaching children math, spelling, and history.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Monkey Mia, of course, was the song that inspired the ABBA song, which they then had to rename.
Yeah.
So as not to insult any Western Australians.
I found that one by looking up funny names of cities in Australia, and that was the least obscene version.
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
All right.
Very good starting.
Very good.
Question number 2. Who of the following was known as a bingo enthusiast?
Ooh.
Number
Well,
1,
Spiro Agnew.
Spiro Agnew. He was not. He's not on
Didn't
the
make
list.
the list. Didn't make the list.
He might have been. I don't know.
Huge.
Number 1, Queen Elizabeth II. Number 2, Ted Kaczynski.
Oh.
Number 3, Pope Paul VI.
Could this be a topical question?
I feel like it is. Nah, I don't know.
That was it. There are three options there.
3 options.
That is correct.
Spiro
Good
Agnew
job.
is not one of them.
What was the first option again?
Queen Elizabeth II, Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber,
Yep.
and Pope Paul VI.
Gosh, they're also similar.
Oh man. Sorry, Pope.
I'll just say
Apologizing
10.
to the Pope.
Never mind.
The Unabomber. I think it's the Unabomber.
The answer is Queen Elizabeth II, who supposedly won the biggest prize ever given out for bingo that was played at Buckingham Palace because, of course, she did.
Do you know what the biggest prize was?
No.
The Hope
One of those
Diamond.
eggs?
Hope Diamond.
The Hope Diamond.
A
It
corgi
wasn't
puppy.
theirs. I can promise you it wasn't theirs.
Some
Did they-
large island in the Pacific.
Did they play What's in the Box that night?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
That's right, yeah.
What's in the box?
Yes.
And it was a picture of a corgi playing bingo.
Wow, that's good.
That's the Queen. The Queen likes corgis. Okay,
Corgis.
never mind.
Okay.
Liked.
Like,
So I didn't actually do research on this, but apparently the 2 games of bingo diverged. There's a British version and an American version. Are you familiar with that?
No.
I don't know the story on that, but I do have some traditional bingo calls in British.
oh,
So I'm going to see if you could We'll start with 30 is called Dirty Gertie.
Dirty
Dirty
Gertie.
Gertie.
And that's Dirty Gertie from Bizerti, sung by Allied troops during World War II.
And
I've got a British bingo fan out there.
Angry British bingo
should we be doing this show
Dirty
next to a
Gertie.
parking lot? That's really the question.
Yeah. Tells you the quality of the
And
show.
the church bells and the parking lot.
So these are British versions,
British
and then they rhyme. So I'm gonna throw out the number, and you guys come up with a possible answer. 35.
35. That's an N. 35. Still
So it
alive.
rhymes. Jump and jive.
Jumping
Oh, yeah, jump and jive.
So it's sort of a Cockney rhyming slang.
44.
There's so much more.
44. Droopy drawers.
Droopy drawers. Technically, drawers does not rhyme with 4. Just throwing that out there. As an English major.
Okay.
Drawers and
That checks
4.
55.
Still alive.
G, I can't drive.
That's better than the Snakes alive is what they
Snakes
Snakes
alive.
alive.
Yeah. They're always they're either like someone's always doing something with snakes over there.
Is that a church thing?
I think so.
53. Here comes Herbie. That's supposed to be from the Herbie, the Volkswagen.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, 53. Here comes.
And here's my favorite one. 37. More than 11.
And when I die, take me to bingo heaven.
Okay.
That's
all right. We're pressing on.
Okay. Carry
This
forward.
is an easy one.
Okay.
What was the game originally called when it made it to North America around 1929? 3 answers. Oops. Beano, Bluto, or Bora Bora Bora?
Blue toe.
I'm
You
gonna say,
should know this one.
I'm going to say Beano.
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 Beano is the answer.
What?
Beano.
They used beans.
Yeah, right.
On the
Oh,
Yeah.
so it was B.
You'll love this game. It's a gas.
Hey, that's a bean joke.
so the important character. Here's an important character in bingo
A
history.
little legume humor.
Can we get up to the please?
Oh,
do
sorry,
it again.
Sorry, a little late on it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
There you go.
we need some interns to run the sound effects.
I thought we had 4 already.
They're getting drunk in the Ruby's arcade.
Sam and Dave.
Okay.
And Dave.
So
Jack
here-
and Diane.
this is an important character in the history of bingo.
Harold and Maude.
New York toy salesman Edwin S. Lowe, who was a Polish Jewish immigrant, first saw Beano being played at a carnival, and there's 3 choices here.
Okay.
Near Atlanta, Georgia, St. Catherine's Catholic Church in Reading, Pennsylvania, or an historical Mormon reenactment in Nauvoo, Illinois.
Yeah, it's Pennsylvania. It's Pennsylvania.
It says Pennsvennia. What do you say?
Nauvoo? Is that what you said?
Nauvoo.
Is that a real town?
Nauvoo is a real town in Illinois. At the
is.
time of when at one point it was bigger than Chicago.
Nauvoo?
Nauvoo, Illinois.
Wow.
No one here is, well, you'd have to be Mormon to know about Nauvoo, Illinois.
I'm glad to be here.
I'll stick with. I'm going with Dan on this with the Pennsylvania.
Actually, the answer is it was called Jacksonville, Georgia, outside of Atlanta. Is the answer for that one. And so Edwin S. Lewis. So, yeah, I threw that one in. I figured that would be a pretty deceptive. Mr.
yeah,
Incredibly
Yeah.
deceptive,
Yeah.
Jay.
So
Thank you.
Edwin S. Lowe renamed.
That's what Jay's known
He's
for.
taking us down that path.
He renamed it Bingo because of. Here's the 3 options.
Ooh, I like this. Yeah.
It was the name of his 5th wife's cocker spaniel. He had 8 wives.
He had 8 wives.
But
Married
it
one
wasn't
woman.
The Mormon thing.
No, they were sequential.
Oh, I see.
You're allowed to do that still.
Oh, okay.
Sequential polygamy. Number 2, someone yelled out bingo instead of Beano because they got very excited during a game. Or 3,
See that happening. Yeah.
a retired Columbia University mathematics professor told him bingo provided more winning combinations.
Whoa! I think it was somebody just said bingo accidentally. That feels real.
That is the answer.
Oh! Somebody just said bingo, and they're like,
This could be
Way
somebody
better.
got really excited and
Yeah.
said bingo instead of Beano.
Yeah.
And so, but there is a trick question because there was a retired Columbia University mathematics professor who redesigned the board options because a Catholic priest was complaining about too many winners. They were having too many.
That's the way priests usually roll.
Too many winners. Too many winners.
Did they have?
They can't all be with the Lord.
Did he make the number up to 75 or what?
No,
Was Beano only 60?
75 is the number.
Yeah.
Somehow or another I don't know the answer.
Okay, great.
Okay.
But he,
Thank you.
75 is the biggest number there is.
That's right.
But he redesigned
In
it.
bingo.
So here's the next
Oh,
question.
okay, yeah.
How many potential bingo cards are now possible with the current setup? So there's 3 answers here.
Oh,
1, 6,768. 2, over 3 million. 3, 552 septillion.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's no.
Wow.
I'd say 3 million. That feels right. I
I'm
don't know.
going with the septillion.
Dan Easley is correct.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
That is 552 to 10 to the 26th power.
Yeah.
Okay.
How come do we have like 3 or 4?
Oh, I was gonna say. Fun fact: we ordered cards online,
Right.
and I guess they did not. They made a bunch of the cards the exact same card. It's the only thing I can figure because we always have multiple people who win.
Yeah.
On each game. Always.
That's an interesting mathematics question that I don't know the answer to.
Anytime you think you might be able to use the phrase combinations and permutations, then the number's just going to be larger than you would ever expect.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a real number.
Yeah. That
Well,
sounds
I
like
thought you were
something my
making
kids would make up. That
Yeah.
septillion. Like, is that next to the reptilian? I don't know.
That's a 552 with 24 zeros after it.
Wow.
It's named after a French dance from the 1700s. The septillion.
Septillion. They were dancing that right before they got their heads chopped off.
The dirty dancing of the day.
All right. What was reportedly the first number ever called in a bingo game? This is,
B1.
Oh yeah, B1.
well, it doesn't have a letter associated with it.
Good.
Just a
I'm
number.
glad we're playing the same
Just a
game.
number. Okay, 1.
Supposedly it was 29.
Beano.
That's 29. Beano.
29.
How did they play
yeah,
Beano?
wait a second. They're
How
like,
did they play Beano?
Is it just like bingo?
Would
with
you
beans.
and life is and bingo is life.
That is correct.
So many combinations. Would you accept Beano? And if somebody yelled Beano,
Beano?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
yeah.
In fact,
If you yell Beano at
Yep.
the next game after
Yep.
you hear this podcast,
Yep.
we will guarantee to give you, the one person who does it,
The one
a
person.
free pizza.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
That's right. That's right. Yell Beano, free pizza.
Just make
pizza,
sure
there
you're
it
at
is.
the right Bingo is Life
Oh, yeah.
episode.
Don't try this at VFW.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It won't
It
work.
needs to be
It won't
here.
work. Ruby's Arcade. Bingo is life. There it
Lowe
is.
had a popular monthly newsletter about Bingo. He had he became
The guy.
the godfather of Bingo. He had a popular newsletter about Bingo, which was called what? The Blotter, the Bingo Post, or Luck is a Lady.
Ooh, luck is a lady.
The bingo post.
That's good.
It actually was the Blotter.
Because Blotter.
It was soaking up all the news about Bingo. That's not even funny.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah.
news out there.
Luck be a lady tonight.
Luck if you ever been a lady to begin with.
Luck be a lady
tonight.
Interesting.
Yep.
So the
Ethel Merman will be our guest next week.
is she still alive?
No.
No.
to you.
Thank you for your service.
It'll be a real short interview.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, sorry. Turns out she's dead.
We gotta get somebody to do a seance out here. Where's the woman with? Never mind. Okay. The E.S. Lowe Company was then sold to Milton Bradley, now Hasbro, in 1973 for $26 million. What other popular game did Edwin Lowe develop? And
Wait, Milton Bradley is now Hasbro?
I believe so. Wow. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that one. That might have been on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the
Repeat the question, please.
Yeah.
There's just no
What other-
How do we know that any of these
regulations
are true?
anymore.
Edwin S. Lowe also developed another popular game.
I know what
Okay, and
it
the
is.
three options are the Ouija
I was
board,
going to say, I knew it. It's
Shoots and Ladders, or Yahtzee.
the Ouija board.
Really?
Yeah.
So the same person that helped popularize Bingo made the Ouija board?
Well,
Well, that's Mike's choice as to the answer.
I'm going to say Shoots and Ladders. I hate that.
I'm
The
going to
real
say
answer is-
Yahtzee because I've never gotten to say Yahtzee.
Yahtzee is the answer. It actually had something to do with a game that was developed by people who were on yachts. But they
Oh,
decided that wasn't marketable enough.
Oh, okay.
But then they had trouble marketing it because it was a very complicated game. But it's big. It's successful. It's a Yahtzee game.
Oh, I love Yahtzee. We used to play Yahtzee all the time. Do
we like any game where you get to yell
Yeah.
something out.
Yeah.
Get on! You
unlike-
don't have to do that.
You don't do that.
You don't.
Unlike Bingo, there's actually a,
Solitaire.
Sometimes you yell sheep. I need a sheep.
Oh, that's
there is an element of
Really?
skill
In
in
Yahtzee?
Yahtzee.
in Yahtzee, yes, there is skill.
You have to decide whether to throw,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
things back.
Oh, small straight. I just remember that. It's like, I guess I'll keep that as 4 of a kind. That's the bummer of that game.
I've never played Yahtzee.
Oh, it's super
What?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Yahtzee. I
have
mean,
to
but you
play
got to be in the
Yahtzee.
right place, the right
Yeah.
people. I mean, you got to be. If you have anyone who's like kind of down on their luck, you don't want to be playing Yahtzee.
You want to
with
play
us.
with a.
Well, that's like life. in
Potsy.
general. I don't want to play with that Jay's there. He's talking about killing himself again.
He's not getting anything, and he's pulling out a knife halfway through the game. This isn't fun at all.
I'm figuring out why I have never played Yahtzee.
Yeah, well, not with these people. No.
But there's a funny. I can't tell the Yahtzee. There's a funny Yahtzee story.
Oh no!
Tune in next week
No,
for
we have
Jay's
a funny
funny
Yahtzee story.
Okay.
So we stayed at a hotel once, in which the people in the room next to us were playing Yahtzee. Okay, and so we're in a hotel room. I was a child,
Yeah,
and
this
the
is a family vacation.
family vacation, and the room next to you, the people are going.
banging on the walls, and the parents are like, no, they're just playing Yahtzee.
That's what mom and dad said.
No, they were saying Yahtzee.
they were saying Yahtzee.
They were saying Yahtzee. Yahtzee was being
This is
said.
like a destination vacation.
Florida.
Florida. Let's go to Florida and play Yahtzee in a hotel
Actually, I
room.
think that was in Wyoming.
Is it really?
Yeah, oddly enough.
That might have been the code word.
The safe word, you mean?
Sorry, I'm unfamiliar with these games.
All right, next question, Jay.
We're going to take a left-hand turn here, fellas.
Good.
Who designed the pin-setting device for duck pins in 1953?
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Number one, a piano tuner from South Africa. Number 2, an American submarine designer. Number 3, a German refugee who also designed the paint nozzle for the machine that painted the lines on the Autobahn.
Okay, so I know the answer to this because
I figured you might.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's the submarine designer.
Do you know
Really?
anything about? I don't know anything about it.
I know that he was insane.
He was insane.
If you've seen the machine work, you know he is insane. He's like, how do I get it from here to here? Oh, let's put another gear. And they're like,
More gears.
It's just a series of gears and chains.
It was described online as a Rube Goldberg type device.
Absolutely.
It
It
really
doesn't
is.
seem real.
Actually,
And-
you know what
and
I'll do?
everything can
I'll
go
put a
wrong.
link to the video of the video we have
yes.
of it running in the back. Yeah.
Yes.
His
Very
name
good.
was Kenneth Sherman.
Yes, it's
That's
the
right.
Shermans.
And so when the
Sherman pin setter.
when the Sherman pin setter company went out of business, he reportedly refused to sell the patent to the Brunswick Equipment Company
100%, that's
because he
true.
thought that the 10-pin, the regular bowling people were going to put duck pins out of business.
Yep.
But according to the article I read in the New York Times, this actually had the same effect as anyway that they can't repair these things. There's
That's
no
right.
equipment left.
Yeah,
they
there's
just got
none.
like
the only way you can fix one is you have to buy a bowling lane that's gone
Right.
out of business, and then you tear those machines apart for parts, and that's what we did. So we have
exactly
10
right.
machines
Yeah.
that we tore apart to make 4 run.
so you could be like a duck pins expert and go around the country like fixing these things.
I could, but there's no money in that.
There's no money in that.
there's
Maybe a
literally-
self-help course.
No, the only way these places stay afloat is there's somebody who's dedicated to keeping that little business alive. The few duck pin bowling lanes that are still working and people use, it's somebody has just passed down the knowledge. There's a big thick
There's a
book,
book, yeah,
and
right.
the book is incredible. It's very it's a great book of how to fix these machines.
It reminds me. Did you ever see the documentary on the last Blockbuster? It's out in Oregon somewhere.
Yes, I did
And,
see
and
that,
the computer system.
Same thing. They went and bought whatever computer system.
Like-
every Blockbuster that closed,
Oh,
they're
the
like,
video
"We'll take
rental
your
store."
computer."
Every time it freezes up, they swap out of the computer. It's like using Commodore 64.
Are they still paying money to the block to
Well,
be?
there's only one left now. Yeah, and I don't think they're paying anybody. It doesn't exist anymore.
She actually goes and buys well, I don't know if it's even still in business, but they would go to like Walmart and buy the DVD, to rent out.
It seems shady.
So I don't know. Which brings us to the last
Oh, the
question.
last.
The
Oh,
last
very
question
good.
on my quiz.
Yes.
According to this New York Times article, where was duck pins first reportedly played? Now we have 3 answers here. Wales
Really?
Wales in the 1860s, Massachusetts in the 1890s, or Baltimore sometime around 1900.
I know the answer, so
I-
I'm going to
Go ahead, do it.
It's Baltimore.
Interestingly, they said, according to the New York Times article, that traditionally they thought it was Baltimore, but research has subsequently determined that it was first reported played in New Haven, Lowell, and Boston, Massachusetts in the 1890s.
Oh my God!
According to the New York Times, that's liberal propaganda.
Yeah, don't believe the hype. But they have this candle pin is very popular. The more north you go, the stranger the pins start to look. This
really?
is real. Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, the candle pin.
Yeah,
Yep.
so candle pin, which is very tricky. It's even harder than
How do
duck
they get
pin.
them to even stand? Like,
No,
do
most of them are on strings.
they are on string.
Yeah, so the pins are very tall and thin, and they don't have nearly the play that you would have with, the other pins.
Interesting.
And
As far as
apparently
where they
it,
get
it
knocked.
became like a woman's game for a while there towards the end. That women were a big
yeah.
aficionados.
Yeah,
of
I believe
art.
that. Yeah, I mean it's just because.
What on earth?
And if you want to play.
Talking about a different game there. Sorry.
If you want to play the historic game of pickleball with a court lovingly restored by the one and only Chris Hattie Show,
Oh, yeah.
come down here to Ruby's Arcade on Wolf
right.
Street in scenic, tropical downtown Harrisonburg, and it's fantastic. Tuesday nights you can play for free, right?
That's right. It's free. Tuesdays you can play for free, and you can play bingo at 7:30. That's right. All free, and you win pizza and chance to win some money. So,
And I mean, you
There it is.
might have to drive hundreds and hundreds of miles to play.
yeah, no.
Duck
Be a
pins.
part of history.
Be a part of
Really,
history.
It's what we're talking about. I mean, let's set the stage.
Enjoy the Sherman yourself. You can go walk in and say, take me to the Sherman," and they'll lead you there. Actually, if you ask somebody to look at the machines, they'll probably let you go back there and look at them.
Say, I want to see Paul.
Yeah, that's right.
And,
Paul's
they'll
back
know.
there.
Yeah, Paul's
Is
back
it
there.
like an old German sports car that you have to just keep working on it over, or an Italian
Constantly.
sports car?
Well,
You have
yeah,
to-
it actually takes pretty much somebody back there with a stick, and if I'm not even making that up, you have a stick, and you're like, I'm gonna get these pins out of it. They get blocked up. I mean, they're just, it's like a, yeah. You have to have a stick. A stick works great.
Is it any faster than
The
having
mighty tool.
Stick.
having a guy back there setting them up by hand? Or?
It might be faster some days. Depends on
I
the
don't
stick.
know. Yeah.
That's all I got, kids.
That's awesome.
That was a great.
Thank you
quiz.
so
Thank
much,
you.
Jay.
We've learned. We're going great. That's
I mean,
awesome.
probably half of that stuff's not true.
No,
I
no.
think Jay wins that game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
sure.
Jay, you're the winner.
All right.
Yeah, we appreciate
Thank you
that.
to Samantha and Dave for their hard work.
Those are the interns, right? Yeah, it's great.
Also some great Motown hits. And
They were the
Sam and Dave.
the Dozier and Holland and who was the other guy?
Rick.
There it is, Rick.
It's always a Rick.
All right, well, folks, that was it. That's our show.
Our episode. I forgot what episode it was.
Yeah.
But remember, join us down here every Tuesday night, almost every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. for Bingo is Life at Ruby's Arcade in Harrisonburg, and in virtual reality for the Bingo is Life post-Bingo podcast. See you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bingo is Life, a post-bingo Harrisonburg podcast, is brought to you by the Brothers How to Show and our friends at Ruby's Arcade in downtown Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you've enjoyed the show and feel it's worth spreading a little joy in this world, please tell just one person that you like this podcast. Word of mouth, more than any other form of promotion, is how creative works get noticed and sustain themselves. Thank you, Andrew Hickey, for that bit of wisdom, and thank you, listeners, for being part of the fun.